if you've got a shit deadlift, here are a few tips that are going to help you perfect it. Okay, so first thing that's important is your stance. How do you find your stance? We jump, we land. How we land is your deadlift stance. It's normally about shoulder width apart. I'm now going to turn from the side, magic. So here we're going to use the power of imagination to work out how to do your deadlift. Imagine that there is a barbell on the floor. I know there isn't, but go with me. The barbell on the floor is directly over the knot or where the knot in your shoelace would be. So we're here, we're in our deadlift stance. The bar is over the knot in our shoelaces. We're now going to sit into the position. Now we're not going to squat because we're not squatting, we're deadlifting. So what I want you to imagine is to work your posterior chain, so your hamstrings, your glutes. What we need to do is we need to sit into our deadlift, get into the right position so that we're low enough to load hamstrings, glutes, bit of quad here as well. We want to try and keep our shins as vertical as we can. We're then going to set our lats and we're going to drive up into that standing position. Now if you're struggling with getting into that low position, I want you to imagine that you're at a festival and you need the toilet and it's a portal, but you have got beautiful butt cheeks and you don't want to touch that dirty seat. So you're going to go about your business, sitting back, but just hover over that dirty toilet seat. You don't want to let your pristine butt touch the rim of that seat. We're sitting back into it. There's no lock on the door, so we have to keep the door shut with our hands. We're then going to bring our hands to this imaginary bar that's level with the knot in our shoelaces. We're going to open our chest. We're going to squeeze our lats. Squeezing our lats, we're going to put our lats, try and think armpits down towards your hips. Lock everything in place. And from this position, you'll probably start to feel your quads burning a little bit, depending on how long you're holding this position for. And then you're going to think about pushing the world away with your feet to stand up. So we're here, and we're going to push through the floor, stand up, push the hips through, squeeze the glutes at the top. To come back down, we're going to push our bum to the back of the room, chest towards the floor, keeping the bar nice and close to our body. And then once we clear our knees, we can sit if we need to. And then we go again. Lock your lats in place. Bar over the knot in your shoelaces. Arse cheeks towards the rim of that toilet seat, but not on it. Keep that door shut. Hands down here. Armpits down towards the hips. Push the world away. Push through with the hips. Now the deadlift is two movements in the sense that we're pushing away and then we're pushing through with our hips. So we push our feet through the floor, keeping the bar in a straight line. But when your bar gets to about your knees, you then want to push through with your hips. And that is your deadlift.